Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that, well, it seems like it's everywhere. This idea of delaying aging.
hmm
We've all seen the headlines. Maybe you heard people talking about, magic supplements like vitamin D3 supposedly keeping you young.
It's a very powerful hook, isn't it? That promise.
Exactly. And it leads us straight to this puzzle a listener sent to Professor Lin. They found an article, Uonki.com, I think, citing Harvard research saying D3 slows aging.
Okay.
But then they saw a warning from the Ministry of Health about long-term D3 use maybe increasing dementia risk in older adults. So
Yeah.
completely conflicting messages.
Right. And that's exactly why we do this. Our mission here is really to slice through that confusion.
Yeah.
We need to look hard at where these claims come from, point out where the interpretation might go wrong, and basically help you figure out what's solid science versus just, well, hype.
Consider it a shortcut through the noise.
Precisely. Let's get you equipped to see the difference.
Okay, let's start with that Uonki.com claim. The article title was something like, New Research. Take this vitamin after 50 helps delay aging. Pretty bold.
Very bold.
And it specifically mentioned Harvard's Joanne E. Manson and a 4-year study claimed 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily slows aging because it reduces telomere shortening.
Right. And that sounds quite scientific, quite convincing. Telomere shortening.
It does. To me, that sounds like solid proof of anti-aging.
And this is the crucial point where the story, let's say, gets twisted. The actual Harvard study they're likely referencing is the VITAL trial.
Vital, yeah.
Yes, and its title was very specific. Vitamin D3 and marine O3 fatty acids supplementation and leukocyte telomere length, and so on. It was about telomere length in white blood cells.
Leukocytes are white blood cells, right?
Correct. Think of telomeres as like the little plastic tips on your shoelaces. They
Mhm.
protect the ends of your DNA. Shorter telomeres are linked to cells getting older.
Okay, got it.
Now, the VITAL trial did find that 2,000 IU of D3 daily over 4 years reduced how much these leukocyte telomeres shortened. That part is true.
Ah, okay.
But, and this is the key thing, the study, the research paper itself, never concluded that vitamin D helps delay aging. It never made that leap.
So they measured one specific thing, telomere length, but didn't claim it affected overall aging.
Exactly. That connection, that jump to delaying aging, that seems to have come from the media interpretation, like in the Uonki.com article, not the scientists themselves. It's a really significant gap.
Wow. And the irony here is that the lead researcher they cited, Joanne Manson,
Yes,
she's actually warned people not to make these kinds of big claims about vitamin D, hasn't she?
she absolutely has, very publicly. Manson has been quite clear. She says, look, the evidence for vitamin D helping bone health is strong, we know that.
Right.
But for preventing other diseases, she calls the evidence inconclusive. And she specifically warned, more is not necessarily better. In fact, more may be worse.
More may be worse, like the dementia warning the listener mentioned.
Well, she cited a different study from JAMA back in 2010 that linked really high doses, much higher than typically recommended, to more falls and fractures in older women.
Oof, okay.
So her consistent advice, and Harvard's too, is actually get your vitamin D primarily from food.
Yeah.
Fatty fish, mushrooms, fortified foods, not necessarily relying on high-dose supplements.
So eat your fish, don't just pop pills hoping for a miracle.
Essentially, yes, it's about diet first.
Which brings us back to the disconnect. Why the huge leap in the media report if the researchers were so careful? What's driving this?
Well, part of it is the challenge of studying aging itself, isn't it? Humans live a long time. You can't easily run a trial for 80 years to see if something really delays aging.
Right? That makes sense.
So researchers look for shortcuts, proxies, these biological aging indicators like telomere length or DNA methylation clocks, things like that.
Okay, so they're like clues, but not the whole picture.
Exactly. And even the scientists developing these indicators are cautious. Martin Borch-Jensen at Gordian Biotechnology, he's called them potentially a mirage.
A mirage.
Wow. And another expert, geriatrician Gustavo Duque, says flat out there's no evidence yet that messing with these indicators directly makes you live longer or healthier.
And isn't there also something about cancer cells? I seem to remember reading.
That's another fascinating wrinkle. Yes. Often cancer cells actually have longer telomeres than normal cells. They rebuild them to become sort of immortal.
So longer isn't always better, and shorter isn't always older in a simple way. It's complex.
Extremely complex, which is why equating just one measure, like telomere length, directly with delaying aging or lifespan, like that article did, it's either misunderstanding the science or perhaps deliberately simplifying it to create a more sensational story.
Scientific ignorance or maybe intentional spin?
You could put it that way. The actual researchers, like Manson, understand these limitations deeply.
This example really does blow things wide open, doesn't it? It makes you think about all the other health headlines and supplement ads we see. What's the bigger lesson for us?
I think Joanne Manson put her finger on it. She talked about this public desire for magic bullets, that simple fix.
We all want that easy answer, yeah.
We do. And she pointed out that a huge majority of consumers, something like 84%, believe supplements are generally safe and effective.
84%, that's high.
It is. But then comes her warning, the supplement market. It's like the Wild West. That's her phrase.
The Wild West, meaning unregulated.
Largely, yes. She stresses that most of the tens of thousands of products out there haven't actually been tested properly for whether they work or even if they're safe, which can lead to real problems like liver toxicity, she mentioned as one example.
Wow. So just because it's on the shelf doesn't mean it's proven safe or effective.
That's the crucial takeaway. Hope is one thing, but scientific proof is another, and they often don't line up in the supplement aisle.
So wrapping this up, the core message from this deep dive seems crystal clear. Critical thinking is absolutely essential when you encounter health news, especially the stuff that goes viral or pops up in ads.
Absolutely. It's about looking past the headline.
Professor Lin's analysis here really serves as a valuable lesson, doesn't it? Distinguishing solid science from, well, speculation or maybe even misleading hype.
It really does. And maybe it leaves you, the listener, with a question to ponder.
Oh.
Yeah. The next time you come across one of those really exciting health claims, especially for supplements or anti-aging tricks, what questions are you going to ask yourself about who's making the claim, what the actual research says, and maybe, just maybe, what their motivation might be?
Good question. Don't just swallow the headline.
Stay vigilant. Keep asking questions. Look for the real evidence, not just the easy promise.